Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna learn how to beautifully drape cotton sarees. Now this cotton saree is super soft and it's not as puffy as the super starched ones. And so I think the only thing I would do differently for a starched cotton saree is maybe go over the pleats in the front with a hair straightener or even iron the pleats in place prior to draping. It is super cold in Canada and it's cold most of the year, so I don't grab my cotton sarees as much, but when it's summertime here or when I'm traveling, cotton is the most comfortable fabric to wear, especially when it's super hot outside. Undergarments are also super important. Today I'm wearing the Saree Silhouette by Bhuva.com. This fabric is chosen specifically for its comfort both in cold and hot weather. We've had our customers tell us that this is actually more comfortable than a lot of the cotton underskirts that they wear. So definitely choose something that's gonna keep your drape intact. I'm wearing a crop top also from Bhuva.com, and that's all you really need. Let's get started. For cotton sarees, I like pleating the pallu. It just gives that extra bit of structure for an otherwise very hard to manage fabric. So grab approximately the same spot on both ends and start pleating. For cotton sarees, I like to take super thin pleats just because it's easier to manage, I find, and it looks just neater. What I love about this method is that you are pleating the length of your pallu in one go and you're not spending extra time going back. It's a little trickier with a cotton saree than with silks, for example, but if you get this part right, your drape will look beautiful. I'm gonna pin them down. I recommend doing this as you go so you don't lose them. Just take that and pin it down. Okay, and once you've pinned it, you can continue pleating in knowing with confidence that those pleats aren't going anywhere. The thing with pallu pleats is that they don't all need to be the same size, so don't worry if they're not. Okay, once you have your pallu, you're ready to start draping. We're gonna start with the other end, not the end that we pleated. Now, if you're wondering, this is the actual blouse material for this saree. I don't ever stitch the blouse that comes with the saree just because it gives you that much more space, that's much more fabric for pleats, and it gives you that extra length. And so I try whenever possible not to detach it and make a blouse out of it. You could just use blouses or get blouses that will match most of your sarees. All right, so that's why this is a different color than the rest of the saree, but it's gonna go on the inside of your drape anyway, so no one is going to know. And so just tuck it in as we go. And cotton sarees usually don't have a lot to tuck in, but you still wanna make sure that it's as flat as possible against your body. Right, so you want to take the other end of the saree, get to that safety pin, all right, and wrap the pleat closest to you around your body, bring it to the front. You can put a pin here and then take the pleats. I'm just going to take the pleats as is. So just guide the fabric and take pleats. And the reason you want to do this for cotton sarees is because cotton sarees aren't going to stay if you just kind of pull them and tuck them. And you can take as many or as few as you want. You just want to make sure that you're bringing them all tight. Once you're happy with these pleats, you just want to pin down all of the pleats to your skirt so you know that that's not going anywhere. It's like hugging all your curves here, and then you can start pleating. And you just want to take the rest of the fabric and put your hand to the left of your belly button and start pleating. This pleating method, I have a video on it. You can check it out. I'll link it here. It is super easy and quick once you get the hang of it. So I have a little bit of fabric here. I'm just gonna leave that. I can bring it up and tuck it in afterwards. So if you do have a little bit of fabric and you can't quite get another pleat, don't worry about that. Just leave that. Shake out your pleats. If you are draping a super stiff, starched cotton saree, I would say at this point, take some time to maybe iron these down with a hair straightener. I'm not gonna do that because this is a pretty, it's a little puffy, but it's not too bad. I'm just gonna stagger these pleats so that they fall beautifully, ever so slightly. So the reason I stagger them is because you want to have this nice shape here, but then you want it to flare out at the bottom. And so that's what this is gonna do. This saree is pretty short in width. when I go to tuck it in, there isn't very much to tuck in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pin it to my Saree Silhouette. You can put this pin on the inside, but it's gonna get covered by the pallu anyway. So then now it's pinned. What I'm gonna do is, remember I said like there was extra fabric? I'm just gonna pull that. So your pleats here, they're not gonna move. But you can kind of take this and still tuck it in if you have extra material, because it's gonna sculpt the rest of the sari at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tuck this in. And then I'm gonna fold this forward and tuck it in. So 2 things are key for the cotton sari. You wanna make sure that you are pleating your hip pleats and pinning it like we did, so that you still get that beautiful shape here, regardless of how puffy it is at the bottom. And this sari is not a super puffy sari, but you can see it's already puffing out. So if you don't like this look, I quite like it. I like that it's kind of more voluminous at the bottom, but if you don't like that, then you can definitely take a hair straightener or even an iron prior to draping and kind of press it down so it's not as puffy. The other thing is, for cotton saris, I like to take my pleats thinner than I normally would, just because it allows me to pull it really tight, allows me to kind of shape the right side of my body, but while still looking very structured, and gives it a nice shape. You can definitely add a belt to a cotton sari, but I don't think it's entirely necessary, just because a cotton sari is meant to be worn more casually. But if you drape it properly, you can still get that nice shape and look very structured. I hope you guys found this video useful. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave any comments or questions in the comment box below, and I will see you in a future video.